Hi F13, hope you're all doing well. This video is really here to help those of you who are struggling with revision. So I've come up with a 3-step process to help you on how to revise most effectively for your psychology A-level. So first step has to be learning the content. Now there's many ways you can learn content. You can read through your class and video notes. You can start using the resources on OneNote, for example, those example essays. Reading over your textbook, highlighting key bits, making notes, condensing that information. Creating mind maps, okay, to make links between different topics. Start rewriting out your class notes, but making sure you're condensing them and picking out that most important information each time. And also creating flashcards. So you might want one flashcard for each topic in gender, for example. Condensing all that AO1, that AO3 information into the smallest amount that you possibly can. Now, what I find year on year is that a lot of pupils think that that's the end of their revision. Just because they've created a few mind maps, created a few flashcards, that's it. But learning the content is only ever going to get you so far. Okay, what's important is you move on to the next stage. So stage 2 would be practicing the skills you need for the exam. So you've got to spend some time writing exam answers under time conditions, answering the independent questions for each topic. Those little booklets we have, which has all the potential past or potential questions for each topic that can come up. Starting to write out those answers. 4 marks, you've got 4 minutes to write that answer. Starting to look at those model answers on OneNote and trying to write your own afterwards. And I think the most important thing is using those past exam questions, those exam pro sections on OneNote for each part of the course. Okay, planning out 16 markers. How quickly can you plan an essay for Kohlberg or schema theory? Can you write it out off the top of your head? Okay. And again, once you've done that, you then move on to the final stage, stage 3, of getting feedback on the work you're doing. So that could be you marking your own work using a mark scheme. Get a different colour pen, get a green pen out and start to add in anything you missed from the mark scheme. That could be elaboration on your AO3, key words that moderators are expect to see in your AO1. Start looking at those mark schemes and those examiner reports and start pulling out things that you need to include in answers for each topic. It's really useful as well to start working in pairs. Get another pupil to start looking at your work. What do they think? Where could you elaborate a little bit further? Have you included enough detail and specialist terminology in your answers? And start comparing your answers to model answers. So once you write your 16-mark essay, get that example essay off of OneNote and try and see where are the similarities, where are the differences. It's also important to try and maybe start creating your own exam questions, especially AO2 ones. Give yourself a scenario and try and link a theory to that particular scenario you've created, so you're ready for whatever comes up in an exam. Hand in extra work to your teachers, of course. We're happy to mark anything over the Easter, the next few weeks, in order to try and give you that bit more feedback. And also just having those one-to-one conversations with your teachers about where you need to improve the most and what you should be focusing your revision on. And I think the most important message from here really is that effective revision is going to include all 3: learning the content, practicing the skills, getting feedback. If you're only going to do 1 or 2 of them, you will find that you'll hit a ceiling with your work. So you need to make sure you're doing a mixture of all 3 and using all 3 of them regularly as part of your preparation for this assessment.